Associate needed in PA. I'm here with the awesome Dr. Stephen Wiley, practice owner that needs help in his daily dentisting day. Dr. Stephen, thanks for joining me. I'd like us to start off with, tell us where you are, where are you dentist here on earth, and where this associate will be working.
Well, thank you, Paul. Yes, I am a dentist on Earth, so that's a great start. So we're in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, which is more or less the capital of Pennsylvania.
Nice.
Harrisburg, Hershey's roughly 25 minutes from us. We're sort of in the center of a lot of different cities. Like Pittsburgh's about 3 hours west of us. Philly's not quite 2 hours. You can get to New York City, 3 hours, DC, Baltimore, hour and a half, 2 hours, that type of thing. So get to a lot of places really quick and easy. I think I told you we're been one of the fastest growing counties, or the fastest growing county in Pennsylvania for a number of years. And so it's a great place in terms of central everything. You can get a lot of places pretty easily. And honestly, it's a great cost of living too. So
Nice. What sounds like, so and when did you start this practice or buy this practice? What year was that?
So I've been working since '08. Been in this practice for 10 years. I had a partner. Funny timing. He needed to retire because of a back issue about 2 months before COVID.
Oh, gotcha.
And so we had an associate also. He's an older guy. He just retired at the end of the year. We've been looking for kind of the right person and still looking.
And
But
you have,
yeah, he would still be doing it. He was a super passionate, great clinician. Just unfortunately had to retire because of health, which
yeah.
sucks. But
It could be a wild dentistry journey. Tell me, dentists like know this, what procedures, like you have someone come, apply through Dentist Job
sure.
Connect. I'm talking with Dr. Stephen Wiley. You can text Stephen to 215-798-9897 or go to dentistjobconnect.com to apply for this awesome position. What procedures will this associate be doing in their day? Fundamental procedures, specialty? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, we are basically just a restorative practice. We're open to people, if they have other skill sets doing them. We don't really do much in this way of surgery, extractions, implants. So we restore a lot of implants. Not going to require anybody to do any endo unless, like I said, you love it. So we're kind of your crowns, bridges, implants, implant dentures. I personally do a lot of TMJ stuff. We do some Invisalign stuff. We've got an OmniCam. We've got a Prime Scan. So actually, my partner had all the cams through CEREC. So
Nice.
Definitely love the CEREC. Want the next person to kind of run with that as well. I don't think it really missed anything. We kind of dabble a little bit with Botox, not necessarily for cosmetics, but more so for the pain aspect of it. So we're kind of open to anything and everything.
So fundamental core procedures, but opportunities to do more. Sounds very cool to learn from someone who does TMJ. Now, dental school pricing has gone, my official term for it, Stephen, nacho nuts, right?
Right.
Young dentists have $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 in debt. And these young dentists, I find them to be very entitled because I hear a lot of them want to eat food and have shelter. Can you believe these young dentists and they're wanting to eat food and have shelter? So if I want to eat
so
food,
demanding.
eat food, have shelter, start to pay back my loans. Tell me about the compensation. How will I be compensated? Is there a range that someone could expect? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so I mean, I would look at it. We typically do, base salary, and then it goes against collections. It's unlimited, but I don't think anybody would have trouble making it a minimum 150 grand.
Gotcha.
And I think there's potential for it to be a lot more than that.
Gotcha.
I think even in the first year, because again, we had a doctor retire, so there's plenty of patients. It's not somebody coming in like I did 10 years ago with no patients, and we had to build up to that. There was a lot already, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they're even in year one at the 150, 200 range. Because our associate who was, twilighting sort of and ready to get out and maybe not overly eager to do much, hit 150 and like I said, had a lot of free time too.
Nice.
So,
But sounds like a super reasonable way to either both feel secure you're going to make enough money to cover your bills and loans and eating food, but also the opportunity to do more inside of that practice? Because as I listen to what you are saying, you have some of the best reasons for hiring an associate because you're replacing what I'll call lost dentistry or dentists who've retired.
Correct.
So like there. Now, I always share too, dentists are people too, Stephen. We are people too. So let's say I move
That's
there
good.
and I work in your office and I enjoy working with you, but I want to do something at night. I want to do something outside outside the operatory on the weekends. What kind of fun things are there to do in the area where you live? What would you do if you were a 32-year-old dentist and you had the whole weekend free in Mechanicsburg?
I mean, me personally, I'm a sports fan, so we end up spending a lot of time, like in the fall, going up to Penn State games if somebody's a college fan. It's not a far drive. Hershey's probably the biggest attraction. Hershey Hotel, they've got the parks there. I think our area too, a lot of outdoor opportunities if somebody likes that. I mean, your typical, hunting, fishing, hiking, running. It's a nice blend of you can be rural if you want to, but there's the capital, Harrisburg. So there's some things downtown where you get a little bit of the city feel, but it's not obviously going to be New York City or something along those lines. So
But you can
a
travel
little
to
bit of
Philly.
blend.
You can travel to Philly too, right? How far are you from
Oh
Philly?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we do it regularly because my wife and I lived in Philly for a few years, while I was in dental school. So we don't find it difficult at all. I mean, literally hop on the turnpike and go. In fact, our office is about 500 yards from the turnpike on ramp. So
Oh, nice.
super easy.
And as we wrap up, I want to talk to you. I'm remind everyone I'm talking with Dr. Stephen Wiley, Dentist Job Connect client, looking for a full-time associate dentist in Mechanicsburg, PA. You can text Stephen to 215-798-9897. You are a medium-age dentist. That's my official term for you. I'm a 2002 grad.
Okay.
And you tell us about the mentorship. If someone works with you, can they ask you questions during the day? Can you talk about cases? They're having a trouble with the patient, not necessarily procedure-wise, personality-wise. Can you help them kind of manage that? Tell us about the mentorship.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think that's a huge part of it, right? And in fact, tomorrow night we have a study club that we operate, and it's a Spear Study Club. So I'm a huge advocate of CE, especially good CE. I mean, I went through the Dawson curriculum. I've done a lot of the Spear stuff. And so I think somebody to help you kind of digest that and learn how to implement that would be huge. I'm not looking for somebody to practice the exact same way I do, but to be aware of those things and want to learn is really what I'm looking for. I don't expect them to be perfect. I'm just looking for somebody with kind of a great personality and eager to learn. And I'd be more than happy and actually be thrilled to kind of help them along that journey, whether it's learning the CEREC or whether it's, learning all those things you really
Watch this.
don't learn in
I like
dental
this one.
school,
Here,
right?
learning CEREC or learning how to deal with cranky patients, right? One of those
Yeah,
two.
there's a lot of that. Listen, there's cranky staff members too you got to
Yeah,
deal
so
with. Too.
well, I really appreciate you sharing all this with us. I think you have an awesome opportunity for a dentist to work side by side with someone, not feel alone. It sounds like from what you described, you have a legacy of great dental care going on there. Anything I missed before we wrap up, Stephen?
No, I mean, I think probably really nailed it. I appreciate your time and really looking forward to finding that right person. Because I'm gonna be here for a long time and expect to work kind of really side by side, which is right there, that the clean side of
Yeah.
the desk,
I like
for
that.
years. For years. So can't
Awesome.
wait
Well,
to get started.
we're out here bonding dentists together with Dentist Job Connect. Thanks so much for sharing with us today, Stephen.
That's a nice little double entendre with the bonding. I like
Yes,
that.
I
Well played,
appreciate
Paul.
it.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks.